Well, hello and welcome back here at the IT Security Exchange at the University of Applied Sciences, St. Pölten. I'm welcoming you here in the Medium Assembly Hall, and we're about to have our next talk here, which is called Unlocking Agile Security, the community rollercoaster ride of insanity. This will be presented by Florian Schier, Marco Macala, and Christian Buchinger. Florian and Marco are two cybersecurity professionals, and Christian is a senior security manager, all three of them at Raiffeisen Bank International. And yeah, please, gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you very much. Super. I like the spirit. Keep it up. Hi, everyone. Hi, fellow security experts, friends, family, colleagues. We have everyone in the room. And we are talking today about insanity, and you will find out why. It's a roller coaster for us. It's about unlocking agile security, a lot of things combined, and something that we very dearly call our community of practice security. But before we start that, let's properly introduce ourselves and try if the pointer is working. Perfect. This is us. You can guess which one is Florian. Pretty easy to find out. We all work in Raiffeisen Bank International, RBI, head office of a few gazillion different units in the Eastern European Union. Very professional, and that's specifically us, obviously. My name is Christian. I have with me Marco Macala. Macala, damn it, I never pronounce it correct. And we don't know each other very long, just maybe half a decade or more. And Florian Schier. A few details about us. I like annoyingly flying drones, so if you want to mingle afterwards with us and talk a little bit, these are our topics. I like to talk a lot, surprise, you will find out why. Marco, let's skip it, Florian, he's known for the mustache, as I call him always, and he has the honorary title of Master of Herding Kittens, and I have to admit I had to look that up. Never knew what it means. It means actually preventing a few kittens of accidentally killing themselves, and this is exactly what he does for us when our chaos energy goes wild and we have this CTM or CLM, so something like career limiting or career terminating moves when we just come up with real shit. Anyway, Marco, we were discussing geek or nerd. We are not totally sure about series, about Lord of the Rings, movies, games, and so on. So this is totally his thing if you want to talk or know something about the Lord of the Rings. It's his thing, obviously. And now coming back to our most beloved topic, the security community of practice, we titled it An Insane Ride, and I think it is an insane ride. But let's start with our kind of sane value proposition and vision, which is ta-ta-ta-ta. And I hope you all are with us. This is what our community is about. It's about increasing awareness with our internal colleagues. This is the whole thing of the security community of practice. And to understand why, we need to step back a bit. Step quite a bit to the stone age of security when I joined the bank for security, which is really, really long ago. Don't let my youthful appearance fool you here. That's really like kind of, yeah. Back then, security was this approving firewall changes, and when you had a project, you would go to security. So imagine yourself being a project manager, you want to do this amazing project, super revenue, and you need to go to all these quality gates, and security is one of them. You go there, you talk with the guys, they give you this requirements list, which is an Excel tapestry, 1 million points. You walk away happily, you can do that. 2-3 years maybe after your project is done, you come again to security, and they are like, yeah, looks good, but over the last 3 years, something changed. You also need to do this, and this. And you are the one with, hey, I want to go live tomorrow. How should I ever do that? And this is where the fighting starts. And everyone who's older or longer in security probably knows that very well. So we had luckily something in the meantime which we called an agile transformation, where the whole bank was now in an agile setup. We have streams, teams, products, tribes, however you want to call it. And we thought it's a good idea to have someone with a little bit of security know-how within that team, within that product. And so we kind of founded the role of security champion. We have, I think, a few hundred of them within the bank, so quite a big bunch. And wouldn't it make sense to kind of also train them, educate them further, and kind of combine them together so they can grow, learn more what they need to do, because those people are from IT or from business, not necessarily with a security background. So this is really how our community of practice started, and you will learn more about that afterwards. But let's now talk about the one thing about the security I love most and about our COP and about our insane goals. Basically, the thing I love most and the thing I hate most are the same. It's human beings. So we deal with a lot of people all the time, and this is also kind of covered in our so-called insane goals. We are insane. Why is it insane? Because the definition of insane is doing the same over and over again, and we are doing this shit for 4 years now already. And what we try to do and why human beings is we want to get engagement. We want to kind of get people to like being in our community, to participate, to actively think about a topic. They couldn't care less. I mean, if you are in a product team and you want to implement business features, you want to get something for your customer, obviously implementing security features is never a cool thing. It stops productivity at some point in time, it takes away resources and so on. So engagement, super important thing for us. And how we do that with this kind of insane split between trying to be professional and trying to have fun, which I think works for us. It's also kind of the style we try to present, and it's also a good excuse to have some crazy roller coaster pictures out of ChatGPT, which we heard a lot today. And this is one of the things that I really like also about our job now. We are unleashed with doing whatever shit we like, as long as it's kind of fostering awareness within our security community and with our champions. Yeah, planning ahead, adapting in time is also one of the things here. Things always change, and they especially change for us. And I think the most insane thing is that management gave us the responsibility for this. Whoever knows us knows it's just a bad idea. But coming from insane and bad ideas, Flo, maybe some insane and bad goals?
Yeah, these are our insane or sane goals, let's call it. It's rather easy. The first one is, of course, entertaining. As Christian said before, keeping the balance between professionalism and fun. It needs to be entertaining, otherwise it's boring, no one listens. So we try to make it fun in a cool way. Basically a cool roller coaster ride into the sun. I don't know if that's so pleasant. Another goal, of course, it's cybersecurity topics. It's community of practice of security specific. We are kind of big company, so we can have it, depending on the setup, you could include more resilience topics, business continuity, whatever. Our focus is mostly on security. And work relevance is a goal, but of course, if it's about security and entertaining, we're basically good and covered, and we have a topic for our COP and could do that. If it's work relevant, that's perfect.
It's a bonus, actually.
It's a bonus, yeah. About our setup, community of practices sounds so sophisticated. When I joined, I had, what is that actually? I joined a meeting with those two guys on my first day and was like, what? Basically, it's a Teams channel. We started with that one and put everyone in it who is a security champion, who is interested about security, or whoever thought it's like, should be part of it. We started with one meeting per month for 2 hours. We decided it's the last Thursday in each month. We have around 100 to 120 users each time, and it's in the morning, it's nice, it's blocked, everyone has it. Some use it as blocker, but to actually get work done. But I think that's good to have, that we have it at least monthly, a slot to work on it. We have a lot of problems. Money is one of it. Our budget is huge, like basically zero. It's basically time we spend on, so it's not our full-time job to do that. We do that next to our normal working stuff we have to do, and I think it works quite well because we're 3 people. If it would be just one FTE, it works, but it's nice to play a little ping pong and entertain ourselves and also keep ourselves motivated. Yeah, setup basically. As I said before, security champions are part of it. In the beginning, we put in the security champions, but of course, security, especially in the Agile setup, is also part of for delivery managers, for engineers, for managers. So I think in our Teams channel we have around 800 people already. I think we have 4,000 in Austria, like with business, so kind of a nice coverage. And we have a lot of delivery managers in it, security champions. I think we have one actually board member in it. I think he got promoted like 2 years ago or
I
something.
think it was unintentionally. No, he was speaking once and now he never left the channel. So we're proud about that.
That's management commitment.
Yeah, and we have a lot of people from network units as well.
Sorry, forget that. Yeah, and highlighted, we're independent of security awareness. Because security awareness, everyone knows, covers business and stuff, but we focus mostly on the IT colleagues. We tried a lot of stuff. We talked firstly around what worked for us. We hear some stuff which not worked. With our monthly meetings, of course, it's nice. It's a hybrid setting. Everyone joins it. We try to do it once on site with Weißwurst and beer. When I asked for Weißwurst and beer, I asked for the beer, and my secretary was, "You guys want beer in the morning?"
At 9 in the morning.
At 9 in the morning? No, lunchtime. Weißwurst and beer for lunchtime is great. Everyone enjoyed it. Everyone had lots of fun. I think this was one of the best sessions we had. We also keep it relaxed. We don't want to be like the police, like you have to do requirement A, you have to do that. It doesn't work. So we keep it relaxed, a place to discuss topics, to bring up topics, to bring us questions, to discuss stuff. So that's quite nice. I said we have zero money. We ask our parents for a little bit, and we did socks and stickers. I studied for 5 years cybersecurity here in St. Pölten, and I never thought I'm doing socks. Maybe I should have done Medientechnik or something. Marco, you can show them actually.
We also have underwear. Marco, show them.
For the stickers, maybe a little background if you have some trainings, like we call them yellow belt, which is this one. As a blue belt, we have the stickers, and it's super nice to have people actually put it on their laptops, walking around and thinking, cool, you did the training. And it's kind of a pride. It's a cheap thing to do and keeps people motivated after the trainings to get stickers, to see them in person, because not always easy to see everyone. And of course, I mean, Christian likes to talk. I don't like to talk. So what also is nice, external presenters. People like to hear the opinion of others, not basic from us. So we try to get a lot amount of external speakers. They actually so if you approach companies, you have, of course, you pay huge amount to AWS, to CrowdStrike, whoever. They are mostly happy if you ask them, hey, you guys want to join us for the next session, speak for an hour and present something. They're more than happy to do that. We did that with AWS. We did it interactive way for EAM session. So we did 2 hours introduction, what is EAM, how it works, and so on. A lot of people learned how it actually works, including some colleagues from our division. Feedback was great, and we got also CrowdStrike ones who did some threat intel. We got other companies basically breaking the mold as it stands there, so to get away from not the RBI opinion, but get it from external people. That's quite nice.
So if someone here is interested in presenting, get in touch with us afterwards.
Good. So other things that we did and worked are kind of different formats that we tried out just in our monthly meeting sessions. And one of those, for example, is kind of a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire format, where we are using kind of a quiz platform like Kahoot, for example, where you basically ask the participants just like 15 questions, get to do some scoring, and then nominate a winner in the end. The interesting and kind of beneficial side effect you get is you can kind of poll your audience and see what their knowledge actually is, so that we find future topics that we want to do in the COP like next month. So our example was we asked some question about federation, and most of them got it wrong, and then we're like, okay, so we should do some topics about SAML, OAuth, so that they have a better understanding of it. Then another one is Fun with Standards. It's, of course, based on the Big Bang Theory Fun with Flags, where we get the standard authors of the different authors. We get the different standard authors to present basically the changes they did in the last release, maybe the highlights or important points that they want to make. And we kind of try to push them to make it not a boring monologue of just telling, in our application security standard, requirement 1 is this and that, so you should take care of it. And then like just going through the standard piece by piece, because that's like boring and not beneficial to anyone. Then one thing we also have, we kind of started it actually randomly, since like many other things. It's our security fix, where we send every Monday to the Teams channel with like a highlighting of the channel name, the news stories, relevant security news stories of the past week. Of course, it goes through our personal filter of what we like and what we find interesting. For example, I hate any crypto locker stories, so I always leave them out because I find they become repetitive after the 5th one. So here we have like a continuous streak over, I don't know, what was this Monday's number? Yeah, whatever. So we have it running since forever, and also people like really see it, and they kind of come back to us with additional news stories that they found interesting. So it becomes kind of this self-reinforcing thing of people also sending us news stories that they think we should put in the security fix for the next week.
And also complaining if it's too late. So where is my Monday morning reading material? Come on, guys.
And it's also a great excuse to read the newspaper in the morning.
Yes. Then one thing which was kind of surprising to me was when we started the COP in the first year, we got from the community already a feedback that, hey, we want to do more hacking sheet because that sounds interesting. And I was of the opinion, yeah, they are just saying it because they don't really know what it is. And begrudgingly, after 1 year, we actually did it, and we had, I think, like 20, 30 participants. It was, for my opinion, surprisingly much, and they enjoyed it. We did it very hamstring with, on a very shoestring with like public challenges, just saying, go to this site, do this challenge, and set up the solution. We are doing scorekeeping manually by hand. And then 2 years later, we did it again, and there we actually ran CTFD, which is like a GitHub CTF platform, and there we also ran Jeopardy-style CTF. And there it was, here you can basically see we had 132 users actually participating and 55 registered teams. Of course, some started, dropped off, and so on. But for example, the challenge 0 is a challenge we just put there with a question like, what would you want to do, and an answer, and getting 10 points. So that just that we can see who of the people that logged in actually looked at the challenges and at least answered challenge 0. And that was 46 teams. And the funny thing is, like every time when you can see this huge jump in scores, that's basically immediately after we sent the challenge public to the participants. Like we had one guy asking us, please don't publish them anymore on a Friday afternoon because I want to go home. Because it's like, I have to do them immediately, so please don't do that anymore. And
the winner, the guy, he was actually messaging us with, hey, my woman is my wife is supposed to be on labor in that day. Please do it at any other day.
Yeah, so there was very high engagement, and it was really fun to do also from our side, just running the service and coming up with challenges. We did some with Android, we did one with JWT, we did one about API security. No, that was a JWT one. We did SQL injections and so on. And the concept was we have one in a monthly meeting, a 1-hour session about a topic. Then we give them 1 month time to complete the normal and the hard challenge. And then next session, somebody's going to present the solution with bonus points. And that's basically how we got feedback and people to actually participate, to present the solutions. And we had each month time to actually prepare the next challenge. So that really worked surprisingly well for us, and we have people now asking us when we are going to do the next one already. Then other formats and things we did was just topic-wise suggestions is, for example, people really enjoyed talking or getting information about home security, so anything which is beneficial to how they can secure their home, they very much enjoyed that. Then we have a format that we call Security Newsflash, where we talked about that we had videos, kind of like a news segment, like the security fix. The people that watched it, we had very positive feedback, but more to that later. And then also just putting security into new perspective, it's basically what I most of the time come up with, is mixing it with some nerddom or fandom and kind of recontextualizing it with security, like with Harry Potter talking about how the barrier around Hogwarts is like perimeter security, and the vanishing cabinet that was used to get the Death Eaters into Hogwarts is like an insider threat because somebody put it there, and kind of getting people to understand that everywhere around them there's something that's relating somehow to security. And now we have, for example, one thing that we also did for our RBI news, which is kind of also a news segment that does the bank at least once a quarter, I think.
But very serious.
Yeah, but it's very seriously made, and we tried to make it a little bit less serious.
Information und Cybersecurity haben vor kurzem eine Phishing Simulation durchgeführt, um das Bewusstsein für Cyberattacken zu stärken. Sie möchten Ihnen nun ein unwiderstehliches Angebot machen, damit auch Sie für zukünftige Attacken gewappnet sind.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you hate it when you receive a spam or malicious email and don't know what to do with it? Just deleting seems too little? Today, we have some fantastic news for you. Have you heard about the brand new report phishing button in Outlook?
Yes, it really is a great feature. With just one click, you can report suspicious emails and help keep you and your colleagues' inbox safe, all for free.
For free? Oh my god, that's amazing. Best part here, easy and free. Just select the email, click on the report phishing button, and it's done.
It really is a great thing. What is even better, we have unlimited stock.
Unlimited stock?
Yes, so dear viewers, click it whenever you see something suspicious and stay safe.
Quick comment here. Guess who of those two guys forgot that we are filming it that day and was unshaved and had a bad hair day and so on? Was not me. And if you want to call me, it's really my number.
Okay, and also just for an example that we are not really making up the positive feedback that we got, that is basically what we had this year when we did in January, our feedback round. Of course, people really enjoy the content, whatever, but one really interesting point was when we asked them how applicable have the past monthly meetings been to your work, we got a kind of bad response of 2.88 from 1 to 4. And we were kind of figuring, shit, what did we do wrong? And what we realized was that this was basically after the 6 months of CTF content that we did, where we basically had 6 months, every month, 1 hour, just CTF stuff, and basically penetration testing content, which of course, for a developer, a network admin, is basically not relevant to their daily work. But when we had one other questions of, did your understanding of cybersecurity increase, then basically all, so the red part and the green part, basically all of them said like, yes, inside or outside of work, where also the outside of work, I don't really believe them because basically thinking about defending and so on is also inside of work. So we could kind of see the very interesting correlation of they like it, they say it's not really applicable, but the cyber security understanding increased, which kind of falls, again, in line with our goals. So that was kind of a nice feedback that we got from the community. And also
Mission success.
Yes. And also the other one is that they really enjoy the relaxed style and so on. So we try to keep it very mood, like very chill, so that they feel comfortable talking, for example, about the issues they are having in implementing a specific requirement, because it should be an open discussion. It's not like somebody raises a question and then the other one like, hey, we should raise that as a finding in Archer in the future. So basically we try to keep that a little bit of separate in the discussion. And then things that didn't work. We had one thing called the security finger food, where I really loved the name because it was supposed to be like short 10-minute informational things about, for example, what is CIA, so that they can just watch a short video and have a short finger food-like understanding of what the topic is. We tried it, nobody watched it. I think we had like 5 views on the 10 videos we did. So it was like, yeah, it didn't work. Then security newsflash, as I pointed out previously, it was something that the people that watched it, they really liked it, but in the end, we think only our colleagues watched it because we presented it, like people from the department did it. So we had like basically the number of views of colleagues we had. So we realized, okay, it becomes kind of a self-gratifying action, so we stopped it. Then topic collection, of course, just finding and coming up content for 2 hours over 4 years, it becomes kind of challenging, and we also have a story about that later on. And then active community engagement. So every time when we try to get something from the audience, if it's not the CTF, it kind of becomes cumbersome and hard, and they don't really react and don't really want to participate. It's the same with our tabletop exercise. We tried it, and it was like pulling teeth to just get like 40 people to actually play along. And as you said, we had like monthly meetings with 120 people in there sitting, or we sent it to an audience of 800 people, but nobody responded.
And by the way, we have another bank in Austria, I don't want to point somewhere, and I know it works really well for them. I don't know how we fucked it up.
Then our on-site meetings, we try to do them also during the year, but then also basically nobody comes. And also our Christmas session, we did it, and there was like the same 5 people there that always come. So
I think it has something to do with the alcohol, because the beer session was great.
Maybe. Quick thing in the end also, challenges. We are facing actually quite a few of them. And I think everyone who does some community work knows engagement is hard. We had a few examples here, and also the funny story here on the side, which is related as well to topic collection. This is our timeline during one of our COP sessions. And at some point, we decided, hey, we want to get your feedback. Tell us your topics. Let's make it very easy. We split you up in a few different breakout rooms, 10 persons per room. You discuss a bit for 10 minutes, and then you come back and present the topics. You want to guess when we opened the breakout rooms and told people that they need to participate? It started here, and like 60 persons dropped out. We had those breakout rooms with 2 persons in it, one on hold, one AFK. So people are kind of really afraid and hesitant to talk, and I don't know why. Yeah, it was a big success.
Yeah, we even wanted to do that breakout rooms because we were like, right, in an audience of 120 people don't want to say, I don't know shit about this, so maybe do it smaller so that they can discuss it in a smaller circle, but no, immediately when you say like, hey, you do something, everybody left.
Was a great experience. But those people staying, we had a really valuable contribution. So we had a lot of very good topics that we kind of now use all the time. So it was totally worth, again, failed very successfully for us. Speakers, as said, we try to encourage colleagues because it shouldn't be the 3 of us talking all the time. This is super challenging. Again, some people are just afraid to speak in front of an audience. Totally understandable. Next thing that I think is actually one of our hardest challenges is our audience ranges from people that are experts in security to people that barely can turn on a PC. And finding some topics that are relevant for all of them is nearly impossible. So big challenge for us. Measuring impact, you said we do this kind of surveys, but how do they really influence the security of their products? Question mark, I don't know. And branding, we want to establish the COP. Everyone should know the COP, should know us. So this is also one of the hard things. And quick funny story. I also want to talk regarding challenges. What do you guys think? How hard can you fuck up a phishing campaign? Anyone had any kind of experience? Anything that really went wrong? Hi, guys. Have a seat. No one. I will. Go ahead.
Wrong company in the header.
Oh, that's not. Yeah, but why would you fuck that up? It's kind of. That makes it easier for the people. In our case, it ended with our group CISO being kind of kindly asked to come to his responsible board member together with staff council, which was not a bad idea. He was not really happy about. What happened? We get an email from our staff council every December with a voucher for all of us, and we just used that as a template. So learning for us also was never impersonate the kind of official communication from staff council. This is also a tip for you. Please don't do that. Just don't do that.
But it worked very well.
It was super. We only sent it to our security community, so which was at that time around 500 people. And I got calls from my colleagues from the security department. I hate you, because I clicked on that link because it was so well crafted. So we had, I don't know, I think 70% plus response rate. Best we ever did. I mean, worst, best, whatever. Again, don't do it. I would totally not advise for this approach, although it shows, again, a well-crafted phishing email still works, even with professionals. Did you click? No.
Yes. Of course.
Okay. And hardest challenge, and I also want to kind of address this to the audience, if you can help us out. How are you getting engagement from colleagues? Now we would like to get your tips that we can leverage. ta-da, this is our example. See, professionals in the room, safe environment, and nobody wants to talk about it. So this is really the hardest topic we want to solve or need to solve with our community. These are our struggles for the last 3 years, and I think, yeah, if you have any good idea, sharing is caring, get in touch with us. Otherwise, any questions? No, then have a nice evening. It was a pleasure having you, and have a great conference again. Bye.
Then I have a question. If I heard that correctly, then all of this you're doing while you're doing your usual work, right?
It's a side hustle, basically.
Okay, then I have 2 follow-up questions. First of all, do you have any usual work at all? And the second one is, how often do you sleep? Because this is a lot of things that you obviously have already tried, and you came up with a lot of experience that you shared with us here today. So I think this is really valuable for probably a lot of people here.
Yeah, I think why it works so good is because of those guys. Working with them together just works, and we share the load, and this is what I think makes the COP what it is today.
Actually, I think one of the points to make is if you have to do something like this, split it on multiple heads, because like nobody of us is claiming the COP head title because we say it doesn't work if it isn't 3. Because just doing it alone is just stupid and grinds you down after 1 year, I think. Like I would have quit probably after that.
And also probably make it an uneven number so you can have votes without same ties. Yeah, thank you very much. Please give a great applause to the gentleman over here once again.